Meteorologist Theo Cook here with Stan Smith.
With Good Morning Tennessee. Yeah, and we've been talking about this all morning, Theo, that, we're really looking forward to our holiday weekend. But you were saying that we got crystal clear skies right now, and that could carry over to the weekend as well.
Yeah, let's look at our sky cam right now. There we go. There we go. It's looking nice outside. Just a few high clouds out there right now. But it's a cooler start to the morning than it has been, and it's a little bit drier out there. So it's feeling pretty nice.
So we don't have that sticky feeling that we've had in the last week. Last week was when we had humidity like crazy.
And even earlier this week.
Earlier this week too, you're right.
We had that front push through Tuesday. That's what brought us all the rain.
Yeah.
And we cleared out yesterday, and looking good today.
Yeah.
I think the humidity will even drop a little bit more through this afternoon and this evening. But it will start climbing again tomorrow. Bear with us, the clicker isn't going to the next. There we go. Temperatures right now across the area, low 70s, even some places still in the 60s. Pikeville, you're pretty cool still at 65, and Barberville 63. So for it being almost 9 o'clock, that's feeling pretty nice, Dan.
Especially in July 3rd, where we haven't quite cracked 100. I know on the heat index, like I think we've definitely cracked that, but on like the actual temperatures, we're not quite there yet. But yeah, we're summertime. We're feeling really nice outside.
Yeah. Good lake day today, tomorrow. Really, any outdoor activities if you like the heat. We're talking low 90s.
Listen, you don't have to like the heat. You just have to find a pool or a lake or wherever you need to go just to cool off, because that's the ideal spot. You were a big lake guy, coming from Dallas, because that's where, you have a lot of, like, what lake did you go to out there when you lived there?
We had a lot. We had Lake Louisville, Lake Levon.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of good lakes out there, a lot of boating activities, but the water's a little clearer here.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nice. Just make sure to grab the sunscreen, grab plenty of water, because it is still pretty hot out there, and the UV indices are high as well. High temperatures today, again, we'll top out in the low 90s. My forecast is 90 for Knoxville. If you're headed out to the mountains, pretty good day for that. Here's Sevierville. We're talking upper 80s, 88 probably, or 89 for Sevierville. Winds will be nice and light out of the north. So that just adds to the possibilities of the outdoor activities you can do. If you're not a water person, the mountains are a good way to escape the heat.
There you go.
Comfort cast showing, this is going ahead and going to 5 p.m. today. It looks like we're actually going to go from muggy to comfortable. So even drier as the north wind pushes in some even less stickier air this evening. So yeah, I think the humidity starts coming back tomorrow, but for today, tonight, even probably tomorrow morning, I think it's going to feel quite nice. In fact, tomorrow morning we'll probably wake up to very similar temperatures today, maybe slightly warmer, but still, again, north and west of Knoxville is going to be some of the cooler temperatures. Expect the temperature waking up for your July 4th holiday, 64 in Jamestown, 68 in Knoxville and Oak Ridge.
This is what we're waking up to when we come to Good Morning Tennessee and come to the studio, and we're not, walking outside. We talked about that this morning a little bit, where we're like, oh my gosh, like it's already sticky, humid, like right at 4 in the morning or earlier than that. So, moving on too, it's, really not as bad, relatively speaking.
Yeah. So it's really, the trend has been cool mornings, hot afternoons, but the humidity is not as bad today and tomorrow, and I think that's what a lot of us like to hear, is the lower humidity.
Absolutely.
We'll add a degree or two tomorrow for your July 4th, but again, still bearable. Average right now is 88, so we'll be just about there, a couple degrees hotter than that. Here's your July 4th forecast. By noon, we're already in the mid to upper 80s, and by 4 o'clock, we're in the low 90s. Let's talk about a little more scientific stuff, Stan.
Oh boy.
Is that okay? So I think the fireworks are going to be louder than normal tomorrow, because there's going to be a little bit of a capping inversion.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of that?
I
Or
have,
Ken
but
talk
but
about that?
for, I know what you're talking about. But for those of us that maybe
Yeah,
I'm kidding,
so
I'm
it's
kidding. But
the
yeah, continue.
the atmosphere is usually going to cool as you go higher in the air, but tomorrow we expect this weird warming layer about 1,000 feet above the surface. And think of it as almost like a pool when you have, like, if you put a balloon full of air in the pool, it's going to
Mhm.
just bounce to the top. It's kind of the same idea with the atmosphere. It's like the less buoyant something is, it's going to want to float. And what the warm layer of air does aloft is it's going to trap whatever's getting lifted up. So normally your smoke and even noise, anything that has waves, anything that travels in general, and even how we get storms is you're going to have rising air. So things tend to rise in the atmosphere.
You've had a lot of science experiments and science lessons for us this
Yeah.
week. Been a big fan.
So tomorrow we're talking about air kind of sinking, going up and then getting trapped. So I think the smoke is going to get trapped with the fireworks, and it's also going to be really loud because the sound waves are going to reverberate off of the warm air a lot. Yeah. Ken made that graphic, so it's
Shout
pretty
out
handy.
Ken.
Yeah. So we're talking about the drier, more comfortable air today, tomorrow. Look at what happens by Sunday and Monday. We're talking about sticky and tropical.
Tropical, right back to it.
So with the tropical feel, eventually it has to rain. Eventually it has to come out. We're talking about the precipitable water. I like saying that word. It just means more water in the atmosphere, higher humidity values throughout the entire atmosphere. And by Monday and Tuesday, we're going to have so much, about 120% of normal. So I think a disturbance starts to roll through as we head closer to Tuesday and Wednesday. And I think at least a third to half of us could get some rain. This could add to the rain chances that we're going to have to watch very carefully. A little bit of a disturbance is going to cross Florida the next couple days. This is Monday evening. Chance of a tropical depression, which is only 38-mile-per-hour winds or stronger. So we're thinking a very weak storm, if anything forms, but that could aid in potential more widespread storms.
Right. But all these 90s that you see on the 7-day, like that's what we like to see, especially when we're about to celebrate Independence Day tomorrow, and then really just head right into the weekend.
Yeah, no, I like this forecast. Average is 88 again. We'll be within 2 to 5 degrees of that. And then we start bringing those rain chances back. But I'm going to enjoy the 4th of July weekend while I can.
I think we all are, and also everybody kind of just like stay safe when we're all out in the water. And it's not even just out on the water too. Just drive safely wherever you're maybe going, because TWRA, they have the dry water campaign, Operation Dry Water, making sure everybody just stays safe out on the lake. If you take anything from this, just be safe with everybody.
Yeah.
All right.
That was fun, Stan.
Yeah. First time. Yeah. That was good, Theo.
Thanks for joining us.